True.
I'm talking about that I have I'm hosting an event here at Indie Hall next month called an Algo Rave. And and the Algo Rave will be followed the next day by a workshop where you can learn how to do this stuff. So I have, I've had this running. This is a visual album from the algorithmic band Cody, and they're in Brooklyn, and a few friends of mine. This is their first visual album. So basically, it's like they do this. I just pulled up some. So basically, what is an algo rave? An algo rave is an electronic music event where people are making generative art to make music, sometimes visuals, sometimes choreography. And so at the event, people are performing live, and in addition, they're also projecting the things that they're using to make the thing that they're making live. So I just like, if you go to their Instagram, that's some live choreography. There's a video in here somewhere. So it's like, so this is what it's probably going to look like, that kind of thing. I'm hosting it here at Indie Hall in December because also in terms of the space needs, you need a projector. In terms of like setting up, Indie Hall is actually a great environment for this. And I have yet to hear about a Algo Rave or live code event in Philadelphia. So as far as I know, this is going to be the first one. As such, if you would like to follow the Instagram account I just made, that is livecodephl, that would be helpful. I literally just made it. I was like, this is probably a useful thing to help people keep track of this stuff. Because ideally, what will happen is, December 13th, it's whatever that Friday night is. We'll have a show here. It'll be 8 to 10 p.m. The 14th. And so that show is going to be just a suggested donation kind of situation because these are 7 artists coming down from Brooklyn. I think they're all Brooklyn. There might be other parts of New York. But 7 people coming down. They're all like crashing with friends, so they're all just doing this because they love it. So the show is going to be by donation just to get people to come out and try this out and experience it. And then the workshop the next day will have ticketing because it will be limited space. And also to make sure that people don't sign up for a thing and then not come because that sucks. So that's, I think, what I want to say. And then if you want to ask questions, that would be cool. Oh, Maya has a question.
Yeah. How did you find out about this? Did you get involved with this? Did you know these?
So Cody is one of my very good friends, does their visuals. So they're a 3-member band. I think their website is cody.live. Sounds right? Yeah. So this is them. Their background is a little intense. But so this emoji is my friend Sarah. And we've known each other for a few years from the conference speaking scene, and we did a programming retreat together in the same batch a few years ago. And she does their visuals and wrote a custom framework that she uses to generate their visuals called La Habra, named after where she grew up in California. So so I know Sarah, and like she does this, and it's like one of her absolute favorite things. It like sparks so much joy in her. And it's a self-serving thing because I've been making electronic music for the past 2 years, but haven't really there's kind of a hurdle I haven't gotten past. I'm really into synthesizers and making noise and Rob Jackal and the music production channel and Indie Hall Slack, hang out with those people. But I'm really interested in live code to see if that might be the thing that kind of pushes me to the next level. And also that, I would like to start forming this kind of community in Philadelphia. Yeah.
So I recently started getting into trance music,
Yeah.
which is assuming quite similar.
In this realm, yeah.
Yeah. And so this is actually really relevant to what my interests have been. Could you explain like how this kind of works from a technology perspective?
Sure. So the how is, that's exactly why there's going to be a workshop.
Yeah.
But in terms of the how, there's a bunch of different software people use. Like Sonic Pi is pretty common, but like there's just so much. Like, and it's one of these things too. Depending on how software-y you are, it's, you know, once you get more into it, you end up probably, like Sarah wrote her own visuals framework, like because she wanted it to work, especially because you're doing things live. You want to, in the same way that when you have, like when you're making electronic music with synthesizers and various components, like you kind of get obsessive about your layout.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you're doing it in programming, I feel like it's the same thing, that you know, people end up probably like writing their own frameworks, or, you know, using some of the same tools.
How much did you get to the workshop?
Probably 50. It's because it's like a 4-hour workshop, and that's what Girl Development charges. It's like that line of like, I want people to be like committed,
Yeah.
And the money all goes to the artist to help them like take the train instead of the bus.
Yeah, that's a nice luxury.
Yeah.
Could you, when tickets are available or whatever, could you share that with me, please?
Absolutely, yeah. So I do not have a ticket link yet, because I need more description of like what people need for the workshop, what level of programming experience people might need to have, so that people like know if they would enjoy it. But yeah, I don't have that yet, but I'll send out. It'll go out to the indie hall list, and also follow that Instagram, live code PHL. It just was made up like 20 minutes ago. So you had a question.
I was going to ask, do you have any like good open source resources to like play around with and maybe like your beginner stuff?
Oh yeah, I mean, I think like if you wanted to just like poke around yourself, Live Code NYC, which is this community that like Sarah is a major part of, they have like some tools that have come out of their community, but then it's kind of like a rabbit hole where you can kind of like, I'd say like Sonic Pi, Superglider, are big ones. But honestly, I know when I've talked to some algorithmic musicians who are like, oh, Superglider is so passe, and I'm like, I don't even have a context for your opinion. I don't know. I think there's honestly, it's that thing where it's so preference based that it depends on what you want to use. So like if you want to write, like if you want to use a GUI that has an environment, or if you want to like write JavaScript and use the Web Audio API or Web MIDI, like those are going to have totally different answers. Yeah. Yes.
When is the workshop? Again, I know you said.
December 14th and December 15th. So it will be Friday night is a show. So that is like, people will perform. There will, you know, we'll hang and enjoy them performing and stuff. It will be cool. And then the workshop is Saturday in the afternoon, so that people can sleep off hanging out Friday night.
Alright, cool. This is awesome. We still have a little bit more time left.
Okay.
If there aren't more questions, if you'd like to put back on the visual album, I'd really like to see them.
Yeah, that's what I was playing. This is Sarah's band. It's only I don't want to. Yeah.
Does this happen like crossover and stuff?
As a genre, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because, like, I'm actually kind of curious about that myself. Because, like when I make electronic music, I use not like a lot more in the house direction, but I definitely use a drum machine heavily. And so, like, I don't know where the genres apply. Because, like, I think because the thing that makes live code its thing is that you use programming to make it happen. So it's like everything else I think is on the table.
Yeah.
Like if you want to make vaporwave, if you want to make darkwave,
Yeah.
like whatever you want.
Yeah, just more for those artists like programming and stuff.
Yeah, I don't really think so. Like I think like most people are using like Ableton and hardware synthesizers. I've only seen I've seen like programming people like within this kind of community. I don't know that anyone's like gone major.
What are the rules for it? I mean, like, how much do you have to be doing programming during the show, or can you have stuff pre-scripted? Is there a line there?
I don't know that there are rules. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, I think it's more like that you're performing. So usually I think that's a musician question in general. Of like, do you have like a song, or are you improvising the whole time?
Mm-hmm.
Every person's gonna be different. Like I know some people you work up a set. Like if you play synthesizer, I know people you work up a set and you have like a song, but it's gonna be different every time you play it. But you have okay, at 45 seconds I want to add this line, and you kind of have like in the same way you would for choreography, or a more expressive form of choreography where there's a structure, but it's not strict.
Is there some sort of line where people get criticized saying they're not doing enough improving, or it's too pre-recorded?
Honestly, I feel like that would just be people being shitty. So I hope that I would ignore them if they did that. So
We got one more minute. If anyone has any additional questions.
Is this generated from the music itself?
no. So Cody is it's Sarah makes these visuals, and I forget who in the band is doing the audio, but someone's doing the audio, and then the visuals are as a response. So yeah.
Awesome. Can you just tell us the Instagram number?
Yeah, it's live code PHL. It literally has nothing on it and 0 followers because I haven't even followed it myself. So, but I'll start kind of seeding it with stuff. So, yeah.